Fox 5 Health News, and the number of pregnant women hooked on opioids has unfortunately skyrocketed. Health officials say those addicted to heroin or painkillers has quadrupled in the past 15 years.
All right, joining us now is Dr. Jennifer Caudle, a professor at Rowan University, and obviously this carries all sorts of implications. The baby's born addicted. It's hard to get off the pills when you're pregnant. There's a lot to know about this.
No, I mean, it's devastating. It's so sad, and we know that the opioid epidemic has really taken our nation and the world by storm, and really everyone's affected in some ways, and now we're starting to see this with pregnant women. The numbers have over quadrupled, as you talked about, 333%. And yeah, there are consequences for the baby as well as potentially for the mother. Yeah.
I mean, what do you do? I mean, it's so difficult. No one wants to find themselves in that position. Then they get pregnant.
No, it's so true.
What's the safest way to try to get off the pills if you're on it? You know?
Well, yeah, and the one thing I would have to say for anybody who's watching, because, you know, we all have family and friends and people that we love and care about, and I would say for any woman out there who is pregnant or not, who is addicted to opioids or any other substance, there is help. And I think some people think that because they're pregnant, there may not be help for them if they're addicted.
To share that.
That's right. So there is a help available. There are treatments available. But, you know, we need a lot of prevention. We need to be talking about this among kids and people, and we need programs to help women who are addicted, who are pregnant. And of course, as doctors, I say I'm a family physician, we have a responsibility to safely prescribe. We have some role in this.
So let me just ask you this question really quickly.
Sure.
Are we assuming that these women, were they addicted to opioids before they became pregnant, or did they start taking them as a result of pain during pregnancy?
Well, that's a really good question, and this was a CDC report that was released, and they didn't specify exactly in the MMWR whether they were when they became addicted, but the idea is that they were at the time of giving birth at certain hospitals. But you know, the numbers actually might be larger than that. We don't have all the reports, we don't have all the numbers, but this is a really big problem.
Gotcha. All right, and here's one story we reported yesterday that the invasive longhorn tick has been found in New York City for the first time. It's known to be harmful to livestock and wild animals. So far, it has not affected humans in the U.S., and we said the same thing yesterday, that the world just keeps getting smaller. Things that used to be half a continent away
are not.
Now they're on a
right in our
doorstep.
backyard. Literally. And right now, we don't think this tick is going to transmit or transmitting disease right now to humans in our continent and for us, but we know that this has been happening in other continents. So I would have to say that there's a lot more that we still have to know about this particular tick. I think the biggest thing, and a lot of people watching might say, well, what am I supposed to do then? You know, what do we do? And the biggest thing is tick prevention. And that's something we can do for ticks that spread Lyme disease. That's not this particular tick, but others. But any tick at all is wearing clothes when we're going out in wooded areas, going hiking, things like that.
We just got back from Nantucket, and it was crazy how concerned we were about the dog and don't go in that field. Even lawn, I was paranoid about.
And then they'll bring them in the house.
It's so scary.
Well, good. I'm glad that you thought about it. Wearing hats, using an EPA-approved bug repellent that has DEET or things like that. That stuff is very important. And removing a tick and doing those body checks, looking at your kids, looking at yourself, checking your clothes and your body.
Every time you feel something under your leg,
oh, I know. Like a little scratch, a little something.
Makes you a little jumpy.
Right. It's good to be cautious with it for sure. It's scary stuff. All right, Dr. Jennifer Caudle, we appreciate it. Thank you very much.
It's always a pleasure.